So I had a near-death experience in 2008 after committing suicide. And everything fell away. There was just this knowing, this abyss, this, wow, why was all that so personal for so long? And I was 38 years old at the time. I'm now 52. And the unraveling just continued from there. I won't say that was the finality of it by any means. The character still wanted to enmesh in this lifing, and just the abyss keeps swallowing and swallowing and swallowing each character that keeps trying to present itself. I have a book written. I'm in the stages of speaking with publishers about it right now. My whole corporate world has just fallen away due to COVID. No coincidence, perfectly timed. I've just collapsed. I just watched my entire life collapse of suburban home and all of that into a tiny home situation. And I'm a bit of a nomad now, and I love it. So the space for all of that to kind of do itself is just doing itself. Yeah, there was just 38 years of victimhood, victim stories. Life was happening to me, always. I can look back on that character and it was always, woe with me, and life is so hard, and this happened to me, and that happened to me, and it was just one story after another story after another story. And there was something that just got so sick of itself. So freaking fed up with itself that it convinced itself that nothing was needed, even it. And so I know it seems ridiculous that I'm sitting here laughing about it, but it's hysterical to me now. But in that moment, of course, it was very believable. And it believed itself, even in the last of it, that by leaving, it was actually doing a favor to those that it loved. And it really convinced itself of that story. That was the final story it needed to have to give itself permission to exit, as if it had any choice. Sorry, I still think it's hysterical. So it convinced itself of this and prepared, planned, lined it all up. And as life seemed to keep happening to it, it seemed like the last straw. And I can remember it saying, that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. And that was the day. Advice is a tough one, you know, especially around this topic. I think what I find myself wanting to say is you're loved more than you could ever imagine, infinitely absorbed into a love that is so profound that this you that thinks it needs to leave it just simply can't. You will just continue to be reabsorbed into it in some newfound way. This is temporary, this thought, just like any other thought. The loving ones, equally as much as the suffering ones, are temporary. It's fleeting, it's here and gone. The wave comes up, the wave goes away, and you're not the doer of any of that. It's just noticing and appreciating what's arising here and being kind, even when you can't find that kindness.